Good morning, folks. Welcome to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Schroyer, your host, and we're near Lindsborg, Kansas on the Good Shepard Turkey Ranch, as you can see. And we're going to be talking with Frank Reese, the owner, and we're just going to be talking turkey. Sorry for that pun, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Good morning, folks. I'm Jim Schroyer, your host of That's My Farm. And you know, we're in luck today because we're on the Good Shepard Turkey Ranch near Lindsborg, Kansas in McPherson County. And we have Frank Reese with us, the owner. And it's kind of appropriate that we're talking turkey here because we have Big Blue Stem, which another name for it is, turkey foot.
Yep.
And so it's kind of appropriate. So Frank, this has been a this has been a big deal in your family for a long time. So kind of give us the history of how the family and you got started in this business.
Okay. My family has been here in Kansas. They came out here, my great-grandparents came out here right after the Civil War. So we've been here in Kansas for a long time. I call myself a fourth-generation Kansas farmer. And so I've always had poultry. I was one of the younger kids in our family. I got sent to the barn to take care of the turkeys and the chickens, and just so happened I fell in love with them.
You had a 4-H project.
And then I was in 4-H. We all showed cattle and hogs, and then I insisted that if I was going to take care of poultry, I was going to show poultry. So I showed poultry for 10 years, all through grade school and high school, and even my first year in college, and did very well. Showing poultry, won a lot of championships, showed the state fair for many years. Got to go to the American Royal back then. I was Kansas State Turkey Champion for the state and stuff.
Not everybody can say that with a straight face. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. But as a result of that, I learned to understand how to breed and take care of what we call standard bred or purebred poultry, because that's what the shows were all about back then. And I got to know what I considered some of the very great breeders of standard bred poultry and turkey breeders. There used to be some really fantastic standard bred turkey farms in Kansas at one time.
But now?
Now there's none.
Just you.
This is it.
So you're also a poultry judge as well, right?
Yes, one of the things that was important to me years ago, because I am a life member of the American Poultry Association, I went and took my judging license and got certified by the American Poultry Association as a turkey judge. I'm the only one left that I know of that's certified to judge turkeys.
Well, Frank, thanks for that little introduction here. We've got to take a break here, so stay with us, and you folks at home, stay with us. We'll be right back to talk more with Frank and the Good Shepard Turkey Ranch.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
No matter where, no matter why, The Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484. Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back, folks, to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Schroyer, your host. We're on the Good Shepherd Turkey Ranch in Lindsborg, or near Lindsborg anyway. We're talking to Frank Reese, the owner. And Frank, I noticed that there are a lot of different turkeys here. I mean, there are a lot of turkeys here, but we've got several types, different types. So can you go through the different breeds that you have here?
Sure. The number one turkey, and what most people think of if they think of a turkey that you see on a plate or a napkin, or if you've asked a child to draw a turkey, 99% of the time they're going to draw what we call the bronze turkey.
And they're related to like the Rio Grande somehow?
Well, if you follow the history, yes. The color pattern, that particular pattern that is on the bronze turkey, the most similar relative in the wild would be the Rio Grande, or the subspecies called the ghoul, which is a mountain desert turkey.
Okay. Sorry, I got you distracted there.
That's
so we
okay.
have the bronze coming right up to us.
Yeah, the bronze turkey is the grandfather of all domesticated turkeys.
Okay.
All other domesticated turkeys are descendants out of the bronze.
Okay.
They carry the genetics to make everything else.
Okay.
Now, back in 1873 or 1874, when the American Poultry Association was formed, there was 5 varieties of turkeys that were accepted and being produced here in America.
As separate breeds?
Well, they're not even breeds, they're called varieties.
Varieties, okay.
There's only, believe it or not, there's only one breed of turkey, that's turkey.
Right, okay.
And within that, you have colored variations that become varieties.
Okay.
And so you have those 5 original ones. I have 4 of them here on my farm, which is the White Holland, which is the pure white turkey, the black, which is a solid black turkey, and then a sport of the bronze is the Narragansett, which is the gray or slate colored turkey around here.
Right, right.
And then the other one is a slate. There is a slate turkey. I don't keep that variation. I have 2 other farms that are keeping their solid gray turkey. Those are the 5 original, the bronze, Narragansett, White Holland, slate, and black. Now since then, in about 1890, they produced what they called the bourbon red turkey.
Okay.
Which I do have some, that I don't have any in this pasture right here. And then there are 2 more, the Royal Palm and the Beltsville Small White. Those are the 8 turkey varieties that are accepted by the American Poultry Association as being standard bred. And what that means is if you take a bronze turkey and breed it to a bronze turkey, for the next 200 years you're going to get bronze.
Right.
That's that genetic pattern.
Okay. Well, Frank, thanks for that introduction to the different varieties of turkeys, and don't go anywhere. And you folks at home, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Good Shepherd Turkey Ranch.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. If you miss us on Monday morning, you can join us at 6:30 a.m. every Sunday morning on RFD TV. Doc Talk has a national following. We're sure glad that you joined us on Mondays, but if you miss us and you want to catch us out on a Sunday morning, get up at 6:30 a.m. and we'll be right there, RFD TV, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll see you down the road.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back, folks, to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Schroyer, your host, and with us we have Frank Reese, and he's the owner of Good Shepard Turkey Ranch here near Lindsborg. And we've talked a little bit about how you got started and how long you've been here, and just about the different breeds. But what about what do you feed them, rate of gain, and how long from the time they hatch to the time they go to market? So talk to us a little bit about that, Frank.
Okay. These standard bred turkeys take twice as long to grow as the modern industrial turkey. The growth time on these turkeys is the old traditional time, which is 24 to 28 weeks, is the time in which all my turkeys are processed. So the tradition is, and this applies to the male turkeys, to the toms, is a pound a week. So at 24 weeks, my tom's live weight should weigh 24 pounds. Hens are going to be not quite half, but almost half. The hen's live weight should be around 16 pounds in 24 weeks.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. What about, so we're thinking here turkey, the big market obviously is at Thanksgiving time. So you have to back up from, tell me a little bit about that process.
Yes, I have to hatch all my turkeys by May 15th. Okay. Since I do keep all my own breeders, I do all my own hatching, I have my own hatchery. You have to get the turkey hatched and on the ground and have 24 weeks until your processing date. So and plus that processing date has got to allow you to have at least 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, preferably 21 days. Okay. Because I sell my turkeys fresh, not frozen, our market that I have, we have to have that time to get them to market, which usually we process our turkeys about either the first week or the first weekend of November. Okay. And that still allows us enough time. Now this year it's November 9th that we will load all the turkeys here on the farm. They'll be processed on the 10th.
Okay, so let's talk about rate of gain. What feed to meat ratio? What are we talking here on? How many pounds of feed do you have to feed, and what kind per pound of meat or pound of gain?
Okay, these old standard bred turkeys, it takes about 3.5 pounds of feed to get a pound of meat. So it's about a 3.5 to 1 as compared to the modern industrial turkey, which is about 2.5 to 1. So it does take more feed to get a pound of meat in my turkeys, and that's part of the reason why they're a little more expensive. Plus you got to feed them twice as long. Twice as long. Yeah, because the modern industrial turkey, they can get a 20-pound turkey in 12 weeks. It would take me 24. Okay.
Frank, don't go away. You folks at home, don't go away. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back, folks, to That's My Farm. We're here on the Good Shepherd Turkey Ranch near Lindsborg with Frank Reese. So not only do you sell live turkeys, you've also got chickens, you've got geese,
right,
and you got a few llamas, but that's something different.
Yeah.
And you got Marissa, the Jersey cow here. But tell us a little bit about your other preservation, because you're doing the same thing with geese and chickens as well, correct?
Yes. The geese that I have back here are Emdens and Buffs, and plus there's a few crossbreeds, but the majority of them are Emdens, or what they call American Buff. They're for the Christmas market.
Okay.
These geese, I mean, will be processed in December and be sold mostly in New York again.
And we were talking earlier, Thanksgiving's kind of been traditional, turkey, and then we've kind of lost the goose. You know, that used to be the Christmas goose.
Right.
You know, Charles Dickens, the whole thing with that. So, do you see that coming back?
I don't necessarily see it coming back, but there still is enough tradition amongst some groups of people, probably more on the East Coast, who still want a Christmas goose. And so...
and will you sell these live?
No, they'll be dressed and ready for the oven.
Okay.
They'll be processed, packaged, and then sent. They'll go up to Kansas City again, where they will fill the orders for Heritage Foods.
And you also sell a ground turkey, ground chicken?
You know, that's one of the important things, is if you're going to do this, if you're going to do any type of meat production, when it comes to poultry, you better have value-added products. Because if you send, let's say you send 100 turkeys to be processed, and we have to sell whole turkeys, and so by the USDA they have to be perfect. They can't have tears or blemishes or anything to be packaged as a whole bird. So if you send 100 turkeys, 20 of them won't make it.
Right.
But you've invested all that feed time and money into that meat, but you can't sell it as a whole bird. So you've got to have some place for it to go. So we developed a market for our ground turkey, but we also make turkey bacon. We do a rolled turkey breast. We do turkey sausage in different flavors and so on. And we even have a turkey jerky. We have a turkey dog meat, which are, and we've had to do the same thing with chickens. And what has happened,
that's probably helped the bottom line a little bit.
Oh, we had to, or we wouldn't have made it.
Frank, thanks a lot here. Don't go away, we'll be right back. And you folks at home, stay with us, we'll be right back.
This is the Fast Track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced performance is here, now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Turn to a Central National Bank Ag Professional. You'll be in good company. They'll help you track expense lines, manage variable input costs, assess ground agreements, pick a crop protection plan. These times demand ag professionals. Central National Bank. You could profit from what they know. Ag operations run better on Central Time.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome. Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back to That's My Farm. With us we have Frank Reese of the Good Shepherd Turkey Ranch near Lindsborg. And Frank, we've talked a little bit about how you got going and feeding and that sort of thing, the different breeds. You've kind of got a niche market here. This obviously it takes longer to get to market. So how do you market 10,000 turkeys?
I've been very lucky. In 2001, I entered a contest. I was asked to enter. The New York Times was looking for the best tasting turkey in America, and Marion Burroughs of the New York Times contacted me and said, we want to taste your turkeys. So they got turkeys from all the big companies from around the United States, and I sent her a Narragansett, a Bourbon Red, and a Bronze. And my turkeys won. And I was chosen as having the best tasting turkeys in America by the New York Times. What that did was it opened the door to a group called Slow Foods, which is an international organization. And
as opposed to fast foods.
Yeah, it's composed of fast foods. It's called Slow Foods. And their company or their organization is all about helping to save what they call artisan foods. And so I became their first person that they ever reached out to that was producing protein.
So where are your turkeys going? Back east somewhere or all over the U.S.?
A large percentage of my turkeys every year go to California. A lot of them go to Georgia. But we have shipped turkeys as far away as Israel and England and other parts in Canada and other parts of the world.
You're doing important work here, maintaining, sustaining this genetic line, basically. How are you going to make sure this continues? You have no children.
Yeah, I have no children, and I'm the last one in my family, I think, that's going to farm. And my mission is genetic preservation. I have been working with a number of organizations. Probably the number one is a nonprofit organization called Farm Forward, and they're working on setting up a program that they will probably inherit the farm and the birds. There'll be other people within their board, like those from the members of the American Livestock Conservancy out of North Carolina, which I've been a member of since their founding, 30-some years. We're looking at some other corporations maybe that will help, and a local university to build a school here. Somehow this knowledge, because what I'm doing is not new, it's very old. And it's being lost, and it's not being taught anywhere. And I think it's important that it be preserved into the future. And these birds can only be saved by the live animal. You can't freeze the egg, or you can't freeze the the animal in a freezer and then bring them back out and reproduce it. There's only one way at this point science has of reproducing these birds, and that's keeping the live animal.
Well, Frank, I really appreciate you taking time to talk to us about all your turkeys and your other livestock that you have on the farm. And folks, thank you for joining us today, and make sure you're with us next Friday. So see you then on That's My Farm.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.